Hey guys, Tarke here in a very red jumper. Now warning, this is going to be a 2 FPS demonstration, but I've been trying to make a auto bomber work. It doesn't really work. This is what it looks like. Enjoy the FPS, because people were complaining that there wasn't any gameplay. You'll see why I'm getting a new graphics card. Now, the issue I have, aside from this amazing load screen, is the build sort of works. It doesn't quite have enough damage, so this is basically to get it working. We just need to kill one or two things, and then we just sort of walk. And the idea is the heralds just kill everything, and you can see that it sort of works. Sort of. The main problem I'm having is my Herald of Thunder. It either rolls really high or it rolls really low. When it rolls high, stuff dies. When it rolls low, stuff doesn't die. And we do have double storm call, which does sort of kill things. But it's kind of a bit shall we say? This is Merciless Dread Lake. So, you know, we were fighting the toughest of monsters in the game. Oh god. It is a pretty build. And you can do Blade Vortex or whatever for single target. I was using Freeze Pulse, Freeze Pulse and Glacial Cascade while leveling. And then I recently got my Ascendancy points from Lab, and then I ascended into this amazing FPS gameplay. And it's just a bit whatever. With enough elemental damage. So, let's say Dual Doriani's, Grand Spectrums, I think this is a concept which can work. And literally the only limitation we have here is just getting more top end. Now, one thing you could do is, if you did have the budget and the means and were bored enough, this is a great build for bots, I guess. If that's the thing that people do, they can just literally walk around and kill things that way. But you know, this is kind of, it's one of those things where it was a fun kind of project, and I will explain in a moment how I'm making this work and sort of how I got around the mechanics and stuff. But this was basically, I saw RaizQT do this build once. It looked really cool. I wanted to see how it worked because I'd never played it myself. And yeah, I am basically going to put this character to the side now. If I ever do get Doriani's, if I ever do get some Grand Spectrums, if I ever get some like insane Ellie scaling gear, I will revisit the character and just see if, you know, how it scales up. But if anyone in chat, well, YouTube comments, has ideas on how to improve this, please do let me know. I'm now going to cover over the finer basics, and you'll have an idea of how this works. Hopefully with FPS, I'll jump back into my hideout, show you my gear, the gear on this character, and we'll talk about passive skill tree, so on and so forth. So let's start out with the core gear. Now, my original idea was to use 2 +3 weapons. So, +3 cold gems for Herald of Ice, +3 cold gems for Herald of Thunder. Someone who I chat to on Discord was like, dude, you didn't play an Essence League. There's this thing called Essence of Horror. It's amazing. It's like 20 chaos, just buy it. And you can craft an overpowered helm. So, you know, I bought my Essence for the last 20 chaos I had. I bought the helm. I slapped it on, and yeah, I hit Evasion, Rarity, Sun and Block Recovery. So I had to craft Life on there. But it has the Soccer Gems deal 30% more Ellie damage. This is actually really good. It outweighs the damage of a +3. So you throw one of your Heralds in here. I'm using Herald of Ice with added Lightning, increased crit strikes, added Cold. Heralds have very high damage effectiveness. Well, sort of high damage effectiveness. I had 2 blue, 2 green. It's an evasion helm. I don't have the currency to recolor 3 blue and put crit multi in, whatever. Sort of works. You could use a +3 staff, throw both of them in there. You could put one in there, one in your chest. I don't know. Spell Echo, increased duration, Val Stormcall. Double Val Stormcall is very important. That's how you kill rares. Is basically, oh, this is scary. Press one Val Stormcall, it dies. See another one, press the other one, it dies. PogChamp. Boots, Orb of Storm, Power Charge on crit, Enfeeble, Curse on hit. Swap those rounds, it's a bit cleaner. I didn't have my Blasphemy set up, so I was using that Curse on hit. Call of the Brotherhood is mandatory. You either need Call of the Brotherhood or you need 3 dragons, then Cold to Fire. Basically, you need a way for your lightning damage to convert to cold damage, so that way your Herald of Thunder will freeze. And you need a way for your Herald of Ice to shock, so I'm using the added lightning gem. So my Herald of Ice does cold damage, obviously. It has the added lightning, so it shocks, it freezes. My other Herald shocks and freezes. So you either use this, or you use 3 dragons, which messes with your elemental types, put Cold Fire in, mess around that way. But basically you need some way for your heralds to trigger both effects. This is the skill tree that I have. Anyone who sees Rise original character, it's very similar. One very important thing to note, and the most important thing in the gearing, and why I actually decided to make this character, is Voice of the Storm. There are 3 items I really like. This, Perfect Form chest, and the helmet. Basically, they give you stuff based on your resistance. So this chest gives you a bunch of evasion based on your cold res. This gives you crit based on your lightning res, and the helm gives you armor based on your fire res. They are overpowered. Buy these items, use these items. They are OP. You get to get really cheap jewels. So this jewel with that amulet reads as global crit chance, 5% life, fire and lightning res, and then another 11% global crit at the bottom. This jewel, crit multi with lightning skills, 6% life, 12% lightning res, 12% global crit multi. This jewel, life, 10 and fire and cold, 11 cold and lightning, and then 21 global crit multi. You can buy very cheap jewels. Again, I'm not going to stress this too much. And it's just like global multi. These make, like this neck makes jewels overpowered. This makes every single rare in the game a global crit item. So you go, oh, but you're losing a slot. Okay, so let's just look at this neck and go, okay, we're losing it. That's the neck. We've lost the neck. It's shit. Let's look at my boots. In life, lightning res, movement speed, cold res, crit multi, so on and so forth. Basically, I have just under 200% global crit multi on one piece of gear, which also has some attributes. It's just dumb. It has an upgraded version, which is Choir of the Storm. It does have minus 30 lightning res built in, so that is minus 30 crit. But it has the crit strike still 50% increase in lightning damage, which is obviously very potent for a lightning-based build. And it has the level 20 lightning bolt instead of the level 12, basically. It's a free spell, it will hit harder, it's cool. If you do want to try this build, these are overpowered leveling ones, use them in everything. It gives you power charges when you kill a frozen enemy, 10 to 20 cold damage spells per power charge. Equip 2 of these early on, gives you mana, you have no mana issues, you have power charges all the way through leveling, you do super damage, it's just good. This is my skill tree. There are a few different ways of doing it, and this is all kind of like, I didn't really know what gear I wanted to use, so I was using the Perfect Form chest, which is the evasion from cold res, just because I like these, and I happen to have one which I accidentally 5-linked, and then I accidentally hit 3 blue, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Again, it gives you the evasion based on cold res, it gives you phase accurate for free, it gives you Arctic armor for free because it has 100% reduced Arctic armor mana reservation. This is the tree if you're using a carcass jack in the chest. If you're using that particular chest, then I would drop this right section. You don't need this crit here because we have more than enough crit from the amulet. And, you know, if you're already close to acro and you already touch acro, the advantage of that chest piece is it lets you get phase acro without getting the reductions to your armor, your ES, and your block. So you drop this, and then you, I don't know, come down to Scion Life, grab a jewel, do something like that. You could go for a more hybrid version, picking up, you know, hybrid wheels, get melding, and all this stupid stuff. I don't know. But basically you get a bunch of jewels, you get as many power charges as possible, because this is sort of what makes everything work. Deadly Infusion gives you base crit chance per power charge. You get a bunch of power charges, put the crit strikes gem into your heralds. You then get Ambush would give you 100% more crit strike chance against enemies that are on full life. It means your Heralds always crit against full life enemies. Always crit against low life enemies. It's just like, ooh, synergy damage, pow, 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 Heralds. In my case, it was just a thing of, I needed to throw more currency into this character. It was only level 76. I was missing early damage here. I was missing early damage duel, early damage here. To be honest, if I really pushed it, if I ran double offensive curses, pushed the Heralds, this character is, I need to play something different for now. But anyway, this is a small build update-ish at 2 FPS from Tarke. I will catch you boys in roughly 4 days with my next character. I like to try and plan these every 4 days while I can't stream, and when I do get my graphics card, I will be streaming. Have a good day. Bye-bye.